Hey y'all, today I have the most adorable little craft to share with you. I call them silly little pumpkins. They are just so cute, so easy, so much fun. They really do not cost a lot because they're made out of scrap wood. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get this tutorial started and I will show you how to make these silly little pumpkins. Okay, to make your little funny face pumpkins, you're just going to need either some landscaping timber or just plain pieces of wood. It does not matter, and you can cut them into the length that you want. Now the lengths that I have here, I have a small one that is 8 inches. This one is 11, and this big guy here is a 14. But you do not have to use those lengths at all. They can be smaller if you like, and you do not have to do it in a set of 3. You can do 1, or you can do 2 of them, or you can do 3. So that just depends on what you want to do. So when you've got your timbers cut to the size that you want, my husband just put in a round dowel rod right here on top. So I have painted these orange, and then I have painted the stem part brown. So you can paint these any orange color that you like and any brown color that you like. And they do not have to be orange if you don't want them to be orange. They can be black, and they can be white or purple, green, you know, whatever color that you like. But in this case, I am going to do mine in orange. And you're just going to draw freehand a face on these little guys, and you know, you may need an eraser, which I did, because when you start drawing on here, it's a little bit difficult to get them exactly like you want. So I had to erase a couple of times, and I went ahead and drew the little face on here. I don't even know if you can see it at this point, but I just sketched it out with a pencil and made the little face that I want. And now I'm going to fill it in with paint. In this case, I'm going to be using black paint, white paint, and red paint. You may also want some raffia to tie around the top stem here after you're all done. And I also have a spider that I'm going to attach to each little pumpkin, and I just got these at Walmart for like $2.27. So you know, at this time of year they're pretty easy to find. And you'll just need some paintbrushes of different sizes. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my small one here. So I'm going to set this one aside. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you on this small one. I did put 2 coats of paint on these little guys. You can still see a little bit of the wood through, but that's okay. That's really what I wanted. And then I went ahead and I sketched on a little face. I don't know if you can see that little face or not, but it can be any kind of face that you like or that you want. It can be smiley, it can be frowny, you can have any kinds of eyes, any kind of nose, anything like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and just start filling him in with some paint. So I'm going to start with his eyes, and I'm going to make them white, and I will make them white on both of them. So I may do the same thing on each one. That way I can kind of keep it like an assembly line painting job here. And you're just going to pick whatever kind of paintbrush that you think will work best for this little guy's eyes. And I don't want to get a too big one because it does get kind of small here and there. So I'm just going to take my white paint and start filling in his eyes. Now this may take a couple of coats for you, because this wood is kind of porous and it really drinks up the paint. And I'm just going to fill in white, and there's really no right or wrong on this. So you know, that's what that's kind of cool about some crafts. You know, it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you like it. Make it your own, make it fun for yourself. Don't stress out over it. It's just a piece of wood, so if it doesn't turn out, oh well, that's okay. So I'm just going to fill in his little eyes, and like I say, this will take a couple of coats, so you know, you just have to kind of let them dry in between each coat. Okay, so now all our little guys have the whites filled in on their eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in all their little mouths, and I'm going to fill this in with black. And we will add the teeth and things like that later, and the little red lips. But first you want to get in your fill work first. And you're just going to go ahead and do like you did just with the whites of their eyes. You're just going to fill everything in black. I don't like that size paintbrush. I'm going to swap up here. It's a little big. So you're just going to go ahead and you're going to fill everything in with the black. And we will also be outlining these guys in black, but I will probably outline in my Sharpie. I'm going to see how it works because I have more control with that Sharpie than I would with paint. So we'll see how the Sharpie works on here, and hopefully it works really well, because that will be so much easier to control the amount that you get on here. So hopefully that works. So I've got little eyes and the little mouths all filled in with most of the painting that we're going to be doing today. And I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm just going to outline their nose and their eyebrows. And that way I won't have to quite use that paint, because you know it's a little bit harder to control. So I'm just going to use my Sharpie. And I'm just going to follow the line that I drew. Let me move this guy. The line that I sketched on here, and so that's going to make it a lot easier when you sketch on your face already. Then it's not quite, you know, you don't have to worry about messing up, because you know that's exactly what you want. So I'm just going to follow the line that I drew. This is much easier than the paintbrush, and we will highlight around his nose and everything like that, just to give it a little bit more detail. So you can kind of see where our little pumpkin is coming right out of this wood. Don't he look cute? And I'm going to do his eyebrows. There he goes. Now he's got some eyebrows. And then this little guy's going to get the same thing, and all three of them I'm going to do the same thing too. I'm going to go ahead and just trace over the line that I already made for his nose. And his eyebrows. Some of this wood has some gouges and things in it, but that's okay. That just gives it a lot of character. It's all right if it doesn't look perfect. Okay, and then we're gonna sketch in this little guy's nose. This guy's got a big nose, but it's a bigger piece of wood, so I wanted his nose to kind of stand out just a little bit. Okay, so our next step we're going to do after everything's really dry is we're gonna go ahead and outline his eyes. And put some detail work in his mouth, and of course give him his little black parts of his eyes after this is dried up really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and trace around his eye with the Sharpie, and you're just gonna follow right along the outside of that white there. Just really going to make his eye stand out here. There we go. And we'll do the other one. So much easier with this Sharpie and so much quicker. Alrighty then. Now we're going to paint in the little black parts of the eye. And that'll really make their eyes start to look finished and come out here. And they are just looking so adorable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this little guy's eyes filled in. This little guy I've already done. As you can see, isn't he adorable? And I just drew a line with the Sharpie where I want it to fill in. So I'm just going to fill in that little space that I made. That's so easy. That way you can stay right inside the lines. It's just kind of like coloring. And I'm not sure if I have to do a second coat on this little guy or not. Kind of have to wait for the paint to dry and see. Usually when you paint over something in the black, it usually only takes one coat, but we shall see. Okay, so there's this little guy all done. Isn't he adorable? I'm just loving this. This is so much fun. So we're going to continue on here with our silly little pumpkin log here, and we're going to go ahead and just give his a little nose and his little cheek some blushing highlights. So what you're going to do is just dip your paintbrush in some red paint, and then to get more of a dry brush look effect, you're just going to take it and you're going to wipe all the excess off on a paper towel or whatever. And that way you're going to have pretty much a dry brush to put this on, because we want it to be like a blush and not completely cover him up. So we're just going to give his little nose a little bit of red highlight here, like he's, you know, his nose is cold. And you just want to do it so it's just, you know, on there a little, but not a lot. Can you see? Oh, he's so cute. And we're also going to do his cheeks. Get a little bit more paint here on my brush, and then brush it off. Wipe most of it off. No, that's kind of silly, huh? Okay, so right here at the you know, top of his mouth, beside his nose, we're just gonna give him a little bit of highlights for his little cheek here, just to kind of accent that just a little bit. And he's got some little rosy cheeks. Isn't he cute? Let's see here, a little bit more there. There we go. He's coming right along. He's looking so cute. Okay, so now that we've given him some rosy cheeks and all, let's give a little bit of some whites to his eyes. And let's see, go use this brush. Just use the end of your paintbrush to make his little highlights for his eyes. And we're just gonna kind of have him looking up here just a little bit. So we give him a dot there and a dot there. Wow, what a difference that already is making. I'm gonna give him a few little highlights here. I'm just gonna take a really, really thin, very, very thin brush, put a little bit of white on it, and just to highlight his eyes a little bit. Kind of start with a little dot, and then lift up your paintbrush and drag it along. Just gives him a little bit of highlight in his eye. Let's do it just a little bit darker. There we go. And the other side as well. There, that's so cute. Let's see, let's do him one on his little nose, the top part of his nose right here. We're just gonna kind of give him a little bit of a highlight there. Go. And his little cheeks as well. Let's see. There we go. Isn't he so cute? We need to also work on his mouth. So we're going to give him a little bit of a lip, and then put some teeth in here. He just needs some teeth. That's all there is to it. Let's see. Paintbrush so I can put his lip line in there. Let's see here. A little bit much paint there. Okay. Just gonna take it and fill it in just a little bit. This is kind of looks like his lip down here. See, I just drew a little line, and I'm gonna fill the bottom part of that in with red. Kind of looks like his lip down there. This over this black color, and it's probably going to take a couple of coats, so we may have to let this dry before we go on with his teeth. So we'll put another coat on here, and then we will put his teeth in. He's adorable. Okay, so we are now ready to go ahead and add our little teeth on this guy. And And it doesn't matter how many teeth or how few teeth he has, whatever that you want to do. So I think I'm going to put him a couple of teeth at the top. And this will need a second coat because it's that white going over the black color. So we're going to put him a couple of little teeth up here. And they do not have to be even or the same because that's just going to add to his silly face. So it's okay. See? He's so cute. And we're going to put some more teeth at the bottom. Let's see. You may just want to play with this and kind of, you know, as you're painting along, say, yep, that's enough teeth, or I need another tooth, or, you know, whatever. Like I say, make it your own. I think I'm going to give him 4 little teeth. That'll be cute. And they don't have to be right together. You can have a space between them. That's just going to add to him. Look at that. So, so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and give him another coat as soon as these dry. And then we can go ahead and put on his little raffia bow. And then we can stick on his scary spider. Okay, so this little guy is all painted, and I have gone ahead and just tied a piece of raffia around the top of his little stem, and then I made one, just tied it into a bow like you would your shoe, and we're going to stick it right here on the top of his head with some hot glue. And just hold it there for a couple of minutes till it stays in place. And we also have our little spider, and it is also going to be going, and it's going to be going right here on his forehead. See him looking up? He's looking at that spider, and that doesn't bother him at all. If I had a spider like that on me, I would be like screaming and running and trying to just go the opposite direction. I don't like spiders. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue him on. Just take a little bit of your hot glue and just go right around this spider. And like I said, you can get these pretty much anywhere at this time of year. So, okay, and we're going to glue him right here. Yeah, and he thinks that's pretty funny. Nah, not me. Alrighty then. So this is our medium pumpkin, and he is so adorable. And I also have the other 3 done as well. Let me grab them here. This is the little guy. Isn't he cute? He has a spider too. So there's the little one. And here's the big old guy. And he's so cute. And his spider is down at the bottom. So these are just adorable and a fun project for you guys to do and to do with your kids as well. And it's just really cute. Can't wait to get these out on my front porch. Okay, y'all, I hope that you will give these silly little pumpkins a try. They are a lot of fun to make, and your kids will like painting on the faces as much as you like painting on the faces. So they were a lot of fun, and they're just going to look adorable on my front porch. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye now.